This is a Bumblebee exclusive.
Purchase your beats today.
What's up, man?
All right. Yeah,
What's going on, man?
got a little advice to ask you, man.
Okay, cool.
Got my cousin, he just got out the joint, man. He been trying his best to go ahead and get a job, but he a convicted felon. And you know what I'm talking about? And every time he check mark that convicted felon, he ain't getting no job, man.
I feel you.
So I just need your advice.
I feel you. You know what? That kind of reminds me of homeboy I got, KO. He did the same kind of scenario, man.
Right.
But what he did, man, he took him from prison to power.
Alrighty, so hey Bumblebees. Today we are interviewing Kent Osbourne. He has his own trucking company. He has also in the ministry, and he's also a Christian rapper.
Yes.
So we're gonna get a little bit more insight about him and his life, how he got started in trucking, and so forth. So basically, could you tell us how you got started in trucking and how you found out about Bumblebee?
Yes, well, I got started in trucking through a cousin of mine, and I actually was looking for a job. What I was doing. I was selling cell phones for a multi-level marketing company, and I was trying to sell to a cousin of mine, and he told me, he said, "Well, you need to get a real job." He didn't buy the cell phone. He didn't help me out, so he was telling me that I need to get a real job, because even with that job, it wasn't making too much money.
Okay.
Because it's based off of sales. You got to sell this, and then it's a multi-level.
Commission, basically.
Exactly. And I wasn't getting too many sales, and he told me about trucking.
Okay.
When he told me about trucking, I went full force into it. Got my restrictions. I got the book, started studying the book.
Okay.
Got the restrictions, and after the restrictions, I went down to the job link and showed them that I had my restrictions. So I asked them, can they help me out? Obama was getting away money.
Okay.
And so they seen that I was at least trying with the restrictions.
Right.
So they said, since he has his restrictions and he's trying, we're gonna help him out.
Okay.
So they helped me out. They found a school that would take me in. The school charged $5,000.
Okay.
So they went and got the grant. So the grant was $5,500 because I ended up having to.
Was it a Pell Grant? Or what grant?
I'm not sure. I know it was
Okay.
a grant that Obama was giving away at the time.
Okay.
And the hotel was $300 itself. You know what I'm saying? They stayed in the hotel for probably was a little more, because they gave me $5,500. So I did that, got the CDLs. But in them schools, they don't teach you what's really going on the outside when you're in the road.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you're driving.
Right.
So that's when the real test come, when you out there driving. And so that's why every company puts you in with a trainer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Now, how long was your schooling? Was it 2 weeks or?
I was 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how long did you have to be with a trainer?
I didn't go through a training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't go through a training because my situation was a little different.
Okay.
Nobody didn't want to give me a job because of my background.
Okay.
So I kind of had to go in through the back door, but that's another thing.
Okay. Okay. So basically, why did you choose trucking as a career? I know your cousin introduced it to you, but why did you choose it?
Well, it kind of stumbled up on me. I never grew up and said, I want to be a truck driver when I grow up and nothing like that. But my music and my ministry is what's important to me. That's the most important thing to me right now. I've been doing that for 15, 20 years.
Okay.
So I know in music, it takes money to do it. This goes back to my testimony when I was trying to get money the wrong way to do music.
Right.
But now that I got saved and got introduced to Christ, he changed my mindset, because I was locked in the prison back then. But since he changed my mindset, I figured out a way how I can make the money I need to invest into my music.
Okay.
So I know trucking makes a lot of money. So that's why I got into trucking, to make the money and be able to have the time to do my music.
Okay.
My ministry.
Alrighty. And so how did you find out about Bumblebee?
I found out about Bumblebee. I go on the load board. They had this load board, that we book all our loads on, and I ran across Bumblebee on the load board.
Okay. Alrighty. And you from Florida originally?
Yes.
So why did you move to Georgia?
I moved to Georgia because, Florida wasn't giving me no job. They weren't giving me the opportunity because of my background, and I couldn't. Nobody would give me the opportunity, so I was online. I was just looking online for a company that would take me.
Okay.
And I found a company in Georgia, that would take me. And that's how I ended up in Georgia. That's
Have
the
you
whole
ever-
testimony behind it. So I'm just trying to do short little pieces of it without going
Okay.
all the way into it.
Okay, now have you ever lived in any other state besides Florida?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so when I guess your transition to Georgia, was it kind of scary? Was it different?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't scary because I've lived here before.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was here in 2003 for a little bit, then I came back in 2011. I was here for like a year, so I mean I was here before, so it wasn't.
Okay. And is it hard to get started in trucking when you have a felony?
Oh yes, yes, very hard. So anybody out there, make sure you don't get no felonies, man. You get a felony, it's rough. That's a whole testimony in itself. If you got a felony.
Okay. Alrighty. What type of felony do you have? And could you tell the viewers more about your testimony and your background and everything?
Okay, all right. So you want a little more about the testimony, right, in the background?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go through without giving y'all a whole long, drawn out, story, 30 or 40 minute story and like that. But yeah, my testimony basically is, losing my parents at a young age. Lost my dad at 5. Lost my mom when I was 10. Having to stay at my aunt, and I got with my aunt and she kind of mistreated us, that she wasn't treating us like how our mom treated us.
Now, did your aunt have other kids?
Yeah, she had like
So was it
6, 7 kids.
favoritism?
It was favoritism, yeah. It was a lot of favoritism, and plus she was getting money for us, you know what I'm saying, for our parents being dead. But she was taking that money that she was getting for us, and she'd take us to the CITA and the Salvation Army.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so she'll take that money. So
But then she'll take her kids to the regular store.
There you go.
Now, how many kids did she have?
She had like 6 or 7 kids.
Wow,
Yeah, she had
wow.
like 6 or 7 kids.
Is your auntie still alive now?
Yeah, she's still alive. Yeah, man, we done got past that. I love my auntie to death. We done got past that. I know she did the best that she could. And I'm a Christian now, so we supposed to forgive and move on. So I forgive my aunt, man. I love her to death, and she did what she had to do at the time, what she knew to do. So.
Okay.
Yep. So to go on, finish all the testimony. I ended up running away. And that's what in my testimony I always tell people, parents, fathers, mothers, make sure you take care of your kids, man. Show your kid, don't show the affection, but make sure you show your kids love. Make sure you show your kids love, and make sure you support them on everything that they doing. Because if you don't show them that love and that support, guess what? The streets gonna show them that love and support. And you don't want the streets to show them that love and support, because the streets gonna put them on drugs and have them robbing and stealing everything that I did. And that's what the streets gonna do to them. They're gonna end up dead or in prison.
Exactly.
So I ended up running away from my aunt's house at 14 years old. Got into the streets, started robbing, started stealing, started snatching purses. Went to jail at 16 years old. I beat the case, got out after 6 months. Got back into the streets, started robbing, stealing, doing all that crazy stuff again. 19 years old, I ended up going to prison for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was in prison for 2 years, I started writing rap music. But the music I was making is promoting violence, sex, drugs, and guns, and all that crazy stuff. But the guys that was in there, they said, Kent, when you get out, don't let it go. So when I got out, I started doing it. I started rapping. When I got out, I did 2 years and got out. And I stopped robbing and stealing and all that crazy stuff. But what I was doing, I started selling drugs.
Okay.
So I became a big-time drug dealer.
So that's what was your felony? What were you convicted
My felony
for?
was dealing in stolen property.
Okay.
So first time I went, I got dealing in stolen property. That's what sent me to prison.
Okay.
Going in houses, taking the stolen stuff, pawning it, and the pawn shop reported it. And
okay.
that's what sent me to prison. So,
Okay.
And then with that dealing, that's the first time.
Now that's the felony too, the dealing stolen property.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's the first time you went
That's
to
the
prison.
first time I went to prison.
Okay.
Yep, and then like I said, when I got out, I started doing music and I started selling dope. And I was just selling dope because I seen rappers from back in the past used to do that, like Master P.
The videos, was it more the music videos or just that you would watch and see them?
Oh, no, the music. We would watch the music, the videos, and listen to the music in our cars and stuff like that. Then we had the big speakers in the back of the car.
The 12.
Yeah, 15, 12, we banging. We got the big rims on the car, so that kind of stuff right there. And I just started selling dope. I was trying to do the right thing and do the wrong thing. I was doing the wrong thing because I was making music CDs.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But I was doing the right thing making music CDs, but I was doing the wrong thing because I was selling drugs. Right. But when you trying to do both, it just don't mix. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was trying to do both. And I ended up, throughout the years, I ended up performing with major artists, and having them on my CDs, Pastor Troy, Phil Mobb, Lil Wayne, performing with all them, having them on my CDs, traveling with them. I did that for like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 7 years. And I never thought in a million years, man, this would happen to me. I ended up getting popped again in 2007 for possession of cocaine.
Okay.
For possession of cocaine.
How much cocaine did you have?
Well, it's like a capsule full.
Okay.
Like they knocked me off with
And how much
bricks
time
and
did that come with?
that came with 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 18 months. That was less than the first time.
Okay.
So now here I am sitting in prison, you know, with a possession of.
And how old were you in 2007?
2007, I was 29.
Okay.
29.
Mhm.
29, and now I'm sitting in there like, man, I can't believe this happened to me.
Mhm.
Here I am just traveling the other day, you know, and performing with these major artists.
Mhm.
But
Now you in
here
prison.
Now I'm in prison.
Mhm.
And I just can't believe it. It was kind of like a mind thing. That really what made me realize in life that I needed to change. And then there was a guy, he said, Kent, listen to me. He said, man, if you want to be successful, you need to give your life to God. Matthew 6:33. It says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And all these things should be added unto you. And that's what he was telling me. He said, Ken, if you seek God, whatever you want out of life, it can happen for you.
Right.
So he said, just come to church with me. So I started coming to church with him, and the more I started going to church with him, and I just started falling in love with Christ. So I started writing music geared towards Christ, but I still was writing negative music.
Okay.
But the more and more I kept going, guess what happened?
The music changed.
The music changed because I started building that relationship.
Now let me ask you this: when growing up, did your aunt ever take you guys to church?
Yes, my aunt took me to church. She took me to church all. My mama was a Christian.
Okay.
So my mom, I already knew about God from back then, like you saying. I'm glad you asked that. My mom kept us in church. My aunt kept us in church. She was a Christian. She spent most of her time in church.
Okay.
You know, so when I'm playing football, I was good at football. You know what I'm saying? Linebacker, running back, all-star. She never supported. She was always in church though.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? So
Okay.
even with some of her kids like that, I got a cousin right now. You know, he faced the same thing. So yeah, and I started writing music, you know, geared towards God. And I did that, man. I used to perform inside prison. We had a lot of prophets used to come. They said, Kent, we see you would travel all over the world reaching kids through your music. So it kind of made me want to go farther and farther with it. You know, it kind of built me up, and you know, I just kept getting stronger and stronger in the Lord. You know, and the stronger I got, man, the more better my music got.
Okay.
And after 8 months, I only did 8 months in prison.
Okay.
So after 8 months, I went to work release.
Okay.
You ever heard of work release?
I've heard of work release.
Yeah. So I was able to go to church on the outside, and went to a church called Pastor McClure. God bless the dead, which is my pastor. He gave me an opportunity to stand on stage and share my testimony and play my music. And it was a mixed church. You had black, you had Puerto Rican, you know, all different nationalities there.
Okay.
Got up there and shared my testimony. They fell in love with it. You know, we had people like 60, 70 years old say, Kent, coming up to me, you know, because Kent, we don't even listen to rap music. They said, but your music, your testimony, we can understand it. You know, just give me that, man. Just
and a lot of people can relate to it as well, too.
Exactly. It's very relatable. You know, because I rap about life, what goes on.
Right.
You know, my thing is to empower and inspire others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To let them know that, you know, the whole message is that if I can do it, you can do it. If God can use me, he can use you.
Exactly.
That's the whole story behind my message. That whatever I do, whatever I'm promoting, whatever I'm pushing, it's like, man, if I can do it, you can do it. Ain't no excuse. It's excuseless. No excuse.
Right.
And that's what I push. No excuse for you not to be living up to your fullest potential. Because I got an uncle right now. He legally blind.
Oh, wow.
And he accomplished so much stuff being legally blind. He gonna be telling his testimony and stuff like that. And the thing is, excuseless. Ain't no excuse. If he can do this legally blind, what they say about you, they got two hands and you got feet that's able, you know what I'm saying? You can do it.
You can.
Yeah, so if he did it legally blind, what they say about you? Excuseless.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah, I did that, and I got out, you know what I'm saying, and started performing, and this is where everything started at. This is where it started when you get out. This is where the biggest test comes. You ever heard of prison religion?
Sort of, kind of. Could you elaborate more on it?
Prison religion is when a person in prison and they find religion in prison with God, but when they get out,
That the religion is gone.
religion is
Yeah.
gone. So my other testimony started when I got out of prison. I kept God, but it was with the jobs. Nobody wouldn't hire me. The job I had.
So that was your test.
That was my
If you
test.
think about it, because you're going to face trials and tribulations.
That's right.
So when you got out and you couldn't find a job, that could have been the devil trying to attack you to go back to your old ways.
Right.
Because see, a lot of guys, when they get out of prison, the first thing, I can't find a job, so let me just go back to the streets. Their homeboys and their friends are calling them to come back to the streets, and it's easy. But, you know, easy money ain't necessarily good money because it come fast and it go fast.
That's it.
So, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
You know, you right on point. You get it right on point. You just kind of elaborated what I'm gonna say. You know, I had a job when I got out. The job that I had when I was in there, did that for 2 years, but it was a back-breaking job. You know, it kind of still got my back hurting right now. You know, it's a back-breaking job, and I'm like, man, but I grind. I work hard. When I did it, I worked for that person like I was working for God.
Right.
And I gave it all I got. I didn't go out there and give it 70 and 80%. I gave it 120. So I was real good at working, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, man, I need to get a better job paying more money. Because they weren't paying them but $350 a week.
Right.
And I'm breaking my back out here for $350 a week. I'm in pain for $350 a week. So I was like, man, I got to find something better. So I started looking. And that's when I came up on the throwing newspapers. I had my car and I was throwing newspapers. I quit the job, started throwing newspapers. But it was making a little bit of money. It wasn't making more than what I was making at that back breaking job.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
and that was probably hard work too.
Oh, yeah, that was hard work because you got to get up in the 12
early in the morning.
Yep. You throwing like at 4 or 5 in the morning. You riding throwing newspapers. And that junk broke my car down. I had a Lexus, my car broke down, the motor blew.
Oh, wow.
For riding around throwing newspapers. So after that, I was looking for something better. That's when I came into the job where I was telling you about the multi-level marketing.
Okay.
And I was trying to sell my cousin, trying to sell him some stuff in his telephone. And he was like, you need to get a better job. You need to get a real job. It kind of discouraged me when he was saying it. Kind of hurt my little feelings. So, but he was right. You know what I'm saying? He was right. So I started, that's when I started in trucking. And like I was telling you, I got my restricts first and went down there. They paid for me to get my license and stuff like this. But this is where the test came in at. When I got my license in my hand. They had already told me from the school that, if they give me a job, I had to sign some kind of paper that if they can't find me a job at school, they're not liable. Okay. Because of the felonies. Okay. But usually when a person comes to that school, they find them a job. If you ain't got no felonies, you get placed in a job. Okay. My situation was different. But I was like, man, I don't care. You just get me a job. You just give me my license, I find my own job. Right. That's the kind of mind frame I went in there with. So they gave them to me, man. I had these licenses in my hand, and I didn't know until I started filling out applications. Everybody was turning me down. Man, I must have filled out over 100 applications. Wow. Everybody turning me down. Wow. So it got to the point, man. And that's stressful too. Yeah, it is. It's discouraging. It got to the point, but I told myself, man, I said I ain't giving up. And I said I ain't going back to the streets because I could have easily called my cousin and my homeboys and say, hey man, let me get a brick of cocaine. You know what a brick is, right? Yeah. Yeah, I could have easily called $24,000. I could have easily went and got a brick, got back out there in the street and grind. Because like you said, when stuff like that happens, you're going to go back to doing what you know to do. And how you knew how to get money. It's easy. You see what I'm saying? But I believed and trusted to God. And I said, I'm never going back. I said, I don't care what it takes. I ain't never going back, man. But I could have easily called up my homeboys. But I just trusted, man.
Stayed the course.
Stayed the course. But I knew what I had to do. And I had to work on the back of the garbage truck, a temp service. That's why I went in a temp service. Okay. Temp service gave me opportunity. Okay. Nobody else wouldn't give me no opportunity because of felonies and all that, right? So the temp service gave me opportunity, but the temp service wasn't making really no money. $250 a week. I had to give my auntie $50, pay my cell phone bill. So I still was kind of in the same kind of situation.
Just getting by, paycheck to paycheck.
Getting back, that's right. That's right. But I knew I had to do whatever I had to do. And I tell anybody out there, man, anybody getting out of prison right now, sometimes, man, you got to do what you got to do. I don't care if it's busting suds. I don't care if it's mopping floors. I don't care if it's flipping hamburgers. French fries. You got to take whatever you can right now till you can get in the.
You got to crawl for you walk.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And you mess your life up. So you got to take responsibilities for yourself. These people not getting you a job because they don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't mess your life up. So you got to accept that responsibility. Right. And you got to work hard and you got to grind. You know what I'm saying? So I accepted it. And I took whatever I can, but I always trusted and believed it was going to get better. And I just kept filling the applications. Kept filling the applications, sending them in. This one company, after 100 and some applications, this one company gave me an opportunity. It was in Florida. They told me to come over there and do the road test. I get over there to do the road test. I drove around the city real good, but then he told me to back the trailer up for the backup test. I got ready to back the trailer up, and I'm struggling to back the trailer up. So he's standing out there watching. I'm struggling to back the trailer up because remember, I went to school for 3 weeks, so it had been a while because nobody wanted to give me a job. So I kind of had them forgot a little bit. So that dude told me to get out the truck, and he went ahead and backed it in. And guess what? If he had to do that, you already know what time it was, right? Yeah. He was like, man, well, when you learn how to drive, you come back, we'll probably try to give you a job. So I'm like, man. So I'm thinking I'm broke now, with the little job. So I called my cousin, and I was like, Uncle, my cousin, she a nurse. Okay. So I'm like, man, listen. I said I need to borrow $100 because I had to start calling the schools and find out who can teach me how to back up.
Okay.
All I need to know is how to back up. I got the driving down part. Just show me how to back it up in the hole.
Okay.
And the school told me, for $100, they would teach me for a couple hours. I think it was like an hour of teaching or something for $100. So my cousin, she let me borrow the $100. I said, my income tax come, I'll give it back to you. I borrowed it, went to the school. They showed me how to back the trailer up for $100. They got my certificate, and I was going. I started filling out more applications. See, I never gave up. And that's what I'm telling you. Never give up, man. You can't give up, man. And you got to go hard. I could have easily just gave up and said, man, bump, there ain't nobody gonna give me a job, man. Bump that crap, man. I ain't finna go through all this. I ain't finna borrow no $100 and go back to the school.
And a lot of men give up. That's the thing. A lot of men, they get frustrated and they like, man, I ain't got time for that.
That's right. That's right. Yep. I could have easily gave up, man. Like, man, bump that crap. I ain't finna pay no $100. I already went to school, paid $5,000. I ain't finna do that. But I did it, man, and God was right there, man. God was right there. There was a company, and I kept filling out applications. There was a company, and it was one company too. Another company I did fill out an application. I filled out an application in Jacksonville, but when I got up there, they had already told me, they do a pre-application thing before you come. Okay. Right. So when I get up there, and I'm thinking I'm finna get the job. Now we go to the orientation thing, and the guy looking at it, he gonna tell me I got these felonies on my record. I'm like, man, y'all already looked at that before y'all even brought me up here on the bus. They paid for the bus to get up there. They end up sending me back. Oh. They end up sending me all the way back on the bus back because of the felonies on my record. I'm like, man, y'all already looked that up. So it was a company that called me out of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. And it was some Arabs. And they had some raggedy trucks, man. I'm talking about.
So they gave you a chance.
They gave me a chance. They gave me a chance, and that's the thing about it. But I could have messed my record up too. Now mess with legal, you get points and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
Purchase your beats today.
What's up, man?
All right. Yeah, I got a little advice to ask you, man.
Okay, cool.
Got my cousin, he just got out the joint, man. He's been trying his best to go ahead and get a job, but he's a convicted felon. And you know what I'm talking about? And every time he check mark that convicted felon, he ain't getting no job, man.
I feel you.
So I just need your advice.
I feel you. You know what? That kind of reminds me of homeboy I got, KO. He did the same kind of scenario, man. Right. But what he did, man, he took him from prison to power. Check out this video, man.
The Sentencing Project issued a report that 1 in every 3 black American males born today can expect to go to prison once in his lifetime. I went from prison to power. I started from nothing. Say I was not gonna make it. That son counted me out. They did like 1, 2, 3, and now I'm on time. I'm for the whole world to see. I went from prison to power. I did. I started from nothing. Say I was not gonna make it. Talk about I ain't gonna make that son. They counted me out. They did like 1, 2, 3, and now I'm on time. I'm for the whole world. I was released in 09, and I got straight on the grind. Be a boss, stick off, but I paid it no mind. Hold on, favor not fair. I never felt cheated. Like Floyd Mayweather, I'm undefeated. Relentless success. I don't dream anymore. I said goals and accomplish whatever God has in store. There's no mountain too tall, or no storm that's too dangerous. So many have tried, but too many can't hang with this. The demons they tremble from the sound of my voice. In the presence of God, they have no choice. Hold the key so I reign. I'm bringing the pain. You gon' need oxycodone from this headache you sustain. I went from prison to power. I started from nothing. They say I was not gon' make it. Ain't that so? They counted me out like 1, 2, 3, and now I'm on top for the whole world to see. I went from prison to power. I started from nothing. They say I was not gon' make it. Ain't that so? They counted me out like 1, 2, 3, and now I'm on top for the whole world to see. I wake up in the morning with crust in my eyes. My vision's blurry, but my eyes still on the prize. Thinking about what I went through, the bullcrap they give you when you trying to get a job. They treat you like do because of the blue. I showed them what I would do. I started a company and nobody had a clue that I was able to do it on my own. I'm a bona fide hustler. It's written in stone because I got felonies. That's why they wouldn't hire me. I'm glad that they didn't. Not no one can fire me. Unexpectedly, I rose to the top. Got my own authority and watch mouths drop. I went from prison to power. now, more time for the whole world to see. To all my convicted fellas out there, don't let no one tell you you can't make it. When they tell you you a loser, you show them you a winner. You can do anything you set your mind to. Society won't give you a job, you start your own business. Society won't let you rent a place to live, you buy your own house. All they did was force us to be bosses. Stand up and let's go from prison to power. If I can do it, you can do it.
With the equipment and everything.
Yeah, with the equipment being bad, you got to make sure you keep your equipment up. So they gave me an opportunity. Told me to come back to trailer up, did the road test. I backed the trailer in. They said he go to truck and trailer. See what I'm saying? I had a partner already that he was a business owner too. He already had our own authority and all that too. So he kind of showed me the ropes and helped me out.
Okay.
So
when you worked for the Arabs, what did they pay you? Was it per mile? Was it percentage of the load?
Oh, it's per mile.
And how much did you make per mile?
It was like 36 cents a mile, 34, something like that.
Okay, so weekly, what were you bringing in then?
Well, I was bringing some good money because they used to send me all over the place to California.
Solo or were you team driving?
I was solo.
Okay.
I was solo. So I'm thinking I was bringing like $1,200 a week. Okay. Something like that.
Okay. And how long did you stay with them?
I ain't stayed with them that long. I stayed with them about a year. And then, like I said, you get in their trucks, man, the one light might work, the other light don't work. The Jake brake don't work. You know what I'm saying? So the brakes don't work. And I remember it was a situation, man, I was going down the mountain.
Oh, and the mountains are scary. I don't like driving in my car in the mountains. So I can't imagine how it is in a truck.
Man, that's just so scary.
Does it seem like you're going to flip over?
In this instance, it did because the brakes went out on me.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. They had some regular trucks.
Then where were you at in the mountains?
I was going up, like going towards Pennsylvania, 77.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, going up 77, and I'm hitting the brakes, and the brakes ain't working. So now I got to make a decision. I'm coming up on a rest area, so I had to make a decision. Do I go through the rest area and pray that nobody's not there, or I had to make a decision. Do I just go the other way and just let it go inside the ditches and sit over the ditch? You know what I'm saying? So. It wasn't a hard decision, I was like, man, I'm not gonna run and crash into the ditch. So I'm just praying nobody don't walk out there.
Wow.
So I went through there, man, ain't nobody come through, and I just kept pressing the brakes. And by the time I got to the other side, I kind of hit the brakes on the, they got like a trailer brakes. I hit the trailer brakes and I started slowing down. And I got to the other side, and that was like a warning to me right there. That I needed to really slow down when I'm approaching getting off a ramp. I need to start slowing down. So I learned everything by trial and error out on the road. I would call my cousins if I need to slide the tandem. They would tell me what to do on the phone. People taught me from on the phone. Okay. I didn't have a person to sit in there with me and train me like that because of my felonies. So
okay. Okay.
So and man, from that company, I went to a company that had better trucks. There was a guy told me, he said, man, I'm at this company now, they'll give you a chance. Just be real with them. So don't lie to him, be straight up with him. And I seen his truck. He had a brand new truck.
And this was in Atlanta too?
No, that was in Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay.
New Ulm, Minnesota.
Okay.
J&R Sugar, that's the name of the company.
Okay.
J&R Sugar. And I went to J&R Sugar. I remember it like yesterday. Told him about my life and, and was honest with him. They gave me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? They put me in the truck. And that was the start to where I'm at right now with J&R Sugar. And I gave it 120%.
Now, how long did you stay with that company?
I stayed with J&R Sugar a year and a half.
Okay.
The first year I was just driving for them. The next couple months I did the lease purchase program.
Okay.
So the lease purchase program.
You can own your own tractor.
Yeah.
And do you still have
back
that?
in though.
Oh, really?
After 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after 3 years, but
But you make more money though, because
you
paying all for your own expenses.
Right. Now they give you a gas card and stuff like that now.
Okay.
But you paying for your gas, but you using, they're gonna pay for it up front, and out your check it comes out of that. So it's kind of prepping you for starting your own business and going on your own. Okay. See, I learned a lot from that too. Okay. From dealing with the lease purchase program. And I had a cousin. He came to me and said, "Cuz, I got a truck." He sold me a truck for $2,000.
Oh wow.
$2,000.
What year was it?
2005. They had a few issues with it. He already told me the issues that was wrong with it. He was saying that he was saying about the I can't think of what the name of this. in the back there with the back tires and that whole piece back there. Rear end. Well,
Okay.
He told me it needed a new rear end in it. He told me that it needed a new. I just had that put in too. There's another part he told me. I know the windshield was cracked, so I had a few problems wrong with it when I bought it.
Okay.
But he said he already knew my grind and hustle. He already knew that, you know, I was by myself, no kids and nothing like that. So he said he knew that I would take my money and invest it back into the truck, whatever I made. And he was right, man. And that was my start, you know. And I got that.
Do you
truck.
still have that truck now?
Oh yeah, that's the truck I drive right now.
Oh,
Truck looking
wow.
good, man.
How many miles is on it?
Right now, it started with 700,000, but now I got like a million or something.
Okay. Have you spent a lot of money in maintenance on it?
Man, I spent over $20,000. When I was getting so discouraged with that truck, man, I spent over $20,000. And like every check I was making, man, the truck breaking down. And I was spending so much money, I could have easily got discouraged. Man, I went through like 3 or 4 different loans.
Wow.
I was having to get business loans to keep that truck going. I could either, after that first or second time, I could have either threw my hands up and like, man, bump this crap. I'm gonna go back to a company job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I always believe that if I keep investing money into it, that it's gonna have so much stuff vested into it, I'll be to fix everything that.
It's like a brand new truck. Yeah.
Go.
And then you might as well keep it.
That's right. And that's how I was looking at it. Even when I was getting that first loan, that second loan, that third loan, that title loan, I always had in my mind that once I get it right and it get fixed, it's gonna be on. And that's what happened, man. I was able to pay off all my loans, and you know, and it's doing good. 6-figure company. So I'm blessed, man. I'm looking to buy another truck now.
Okay, now when you started your own authority, how much funds did you have to invest to get started with your own authority?
The own authority thing, let's see, I know like 100, 300.
From like getting your truck, getting your trailer, like how much would you say if somebody's looking to start their own authority, you know, their own trucking company, how much would they need to save to basically, you know, get started with their own
If they wanted to buy a truck and trailer and all that, or just need the authority? See, I bought
everything.
All right, see, I bought my truck for $2,000. So somebody else, like right now, looking for another truck, you know, you can get a used truck for like $32,000. You know, and then they got some for how it goes up with the year of the truck.
Okay.
You know, and I look, you got trucks for $60,000 and $70,000. You know, you got the 2018s now, probably gonna run you $150,000.
Exactly.
So it depends on what year truck and what kind of truck you want, a brand new or used one. So you got to put that in. Then the trailer. You know, if you're looking for a refrigerator trailer, you're gonna spend like $50,000 for a
brand new
trailer. Yeah, brand new. You know, used. I spent on mine
20 maybe.
Yeah, mine was like 19,800 or something like that.
Okay.
On my trailer, and like I said, authority $300. Then you got to get your insurance, and the insurance where it's really gonna hit you in the head, because if you brand new to it, you know it's gonna be higher with your spirit. With your insurance. So I know my insurance starting out the gate was like $1,800. You know?
Down?
Yeah, $1,800.
And then how much monthly?
Monthly like $900.
Well, that's really good. That's with the trailer too? Or just the tractor?
That's just the tractor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just with the tractor. And then with the trailer, when I started out with my trailer, I was paying like $1,500 a month on my trailer. You see what I'm saying? Until I paid it off. So.
Yeah. Now, what is the difference between being a company driver and having your own authority?
Yeah, the difference between being a company driver and having your own authority is you get more home time. You know, so if you got a family and you got kids, or you got a wife or something, and you need to be at your kid football game, basketball game, or maybe your daughter cheerleading, whatever it is, you're able to take off that time and be there.
Okay.
You know, and the money is better because you can run less miles and make just as much as people that's running all over the country.
Exactly.
You know, person might.
You have more control.
You have more control. You're your own boss. You see what I'm saying? And it helped me out big time because, like I said, I'm an artist, so I do a lot of performing and speaking and stuff like that. So when it's time for me to do that, I can take off. I can book loads. How I usually do it now, I just book loads to wherever I got to speak at. And when I get there, I park the truck and call Enterprise, rent me a truck, a van, whatever. I usually rent a truck, them F-150s, I like nice and comfortable and stuff like that. So I rent one of them and go to the event. Whenever I'm done, if I'm staying overnight or whatever, I take the truck back to Enterprise, have them drop me back off to the truck. I'm out of there.
And do you have kids in the family?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't.
Okay. So what other hobbies do you have besides trucking?
Well, like I said, I'm a inspirational speaker, a transformational speaker. I do that. And I'm an artist, recording artist.
Now, have you been in a relationship since being a truck driver?
Yes, I have.
How is being in a relationship in trucking? Like, what are the pros and cons?
Okay, well, being in a relationship, you just got to have somebody that understands. You know, that understands what you're doing. And the person I was dating, they was busy too. You know, so when they was dating somebody, you know, the person that they was dating, the issue used to be that person, she was too busy. Because she always done stuff, always moving, kind of how a truck is. So you just got to have somebody that's understanding.
Okay.
You know, maybe somebody that's busy like you, that moves like you. You know, so.
Okay. Let's see. Do you believe trucking is an alternative or a way out for guys that live the street life?
Yeah, I do. I do. Talking about somebody that wanted to change their life and do the right thing.
Right. It could be a way to get out of their environment, or you know,
Yeah,
they can get into trucking and they can basically be somebody or make something.
Yeah, sure. I think they can take their money, you know, buy them, invest into some trucks, you know, learn the business, invest into their trucks, and be successful with it. Yeah.
And what are your short and long term goals?
Well, right now my short term is to, you know, buy another truck, you know, and put a driver in it. The long term goal is to, you know, buy several trucks and give people jobs. Give people jobs that was in the same situation I was in. You know, that want to do right. You know, 'cause real recognize real. You can talk to a person. You know, just like the dude was telling me, when you be real with them, they'll give you a job.
Exactly.
You know, and I was real with them and they gave me a job. And I was one of their hardest workers. So just looking for people like that. Like looking for people like how I was and giving them jobs and opportunities. You know, so that's my long-term goal with that.
Okay. Do you think that guys having a felony, I guess starting their own business, they can get kind of scared? Like when they get out of prison, what do you think stopped them from actually getting into trucking or starting their own business? Do you think it's the finances or just fear?
Fear not knowing. Fear stops a lot of us. Fear is what was bothering me with getting another truck. Till my pastor told me about that scripture. You know, I know the word. You know, I've been studying the word and going to church and stuff like that. Grew up in church. So when she told me that, you know, about the fear, God didn't give us a spirit of fear. You know, that right there just clicked with me. He didn't give us a spirit of fear. And fear was stopping me. So fear is what stops a lot of us. But if you just, that one scripture, God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He will direct our path. That'll give you the courage to go, because you got God right there behind you.
Right.
You shouldn't feel no man, feel nothing.
Okay.
That's what the Bible is telling you. Feel nobody but God.
Okay. So if you could give one piece of advice to somebody that's watching this video and they want to get into trucking, what would that one pice of advice be?
That one piece of advice would be, you know, learn all you can. You know, read, study. You know, because a lot of the people that's in prison and stuff right now, a lot of us didn't finish school. We didn't get that education. So if you didn't finish school and you know that you didn't finish school, get education, read, get around people that's doing it, get around positive people. Positive people, that's where you want to be at in life, and they already doing it. You know, you get them to show you the ropes, because the person that showed me the ropes, he had his own authority. You know, and he told me, he showed me how to do it. He said, "Can't listen." He said, "If you get your own authority, man, you can make so much more money." He showed me his bank accounts. He had like 3 or 4 different bank accounts. I'm looking at these bank accounts. He showed me 30 and 40,000 in each of these accounts. I'm like, man. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of gravitated to him.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because he was already doing it. He where I want to be at. So you get
kind of like a mentor.
Like a mentor. That's what he was, a mentor. I give a shout out to him, boy. That's what Mervyn Thompson. That's my boy. Shout out to Mervyn Thompson. But yeah, get around people, man, that's already doing it. Get knowledge. Read up on it and do it. You can do it, man. And you know how I know you can do it? I know you can do it. Because like that thing right there say, if I can do it, you can do it. You know, and I'm no special person. God didn't make me, he didn't put no special ingredients inside me or nothing like that. He made me just like you. And I know if I can do it, you can do it.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to do this interview with you.